Hey guys, welcome to the Academic Answers podcast. Always a pleasure to come to you. And today I'm going right into it. This question is from someone who says that my coach tells me I'm too comfortable, and my spouse also tell me to, because I have a good job, I make six figures, but there's so many things that I want to do, and I talk about them all the time when I'm at dinner table, Thanksgiving, Christmas dinners, when I meet with friends, and to the point that they think I'm obsessed. But I don't see myself doing anything about it. I've been saying and talking about these brilliant ideas for businesses, for causes that I want to pursue, but we're 5, 10, maybe 15 years in, and nothing is happening. She's not moving. So it's that comfort is real. The mind is optimized for ease. So your mind actually sums up your environment and choose what is easy and what you are accustomed to, what is not any resistant to do, because you initially follow a routine. 3 out of every 5 things you do is based on habits. So, and you think above 60,000 thoughts per day, and your thoughts ultimately determine how you feel, and how you feel determine how you behave, and how you behave determine the actions, and how you think determine the actions you take, the decisions you make, and then the decisions determine the actions you make. The choice is right in there somewhere. So you are in what they call a comfort zone. You've heard this so many times, because you're not predisposed, you're not naturally inclined to go for pain. And pain is pretty much anything that is different from what you were doing. So if you used to sit and watch television for 2 hours, and you're going to come home one evening and say, I'm not watching the television for 2 hours, I'm going to go on my treadmill, it will be painful to the mind, and the thought of the physical pressure that the body is going to go through, your mind will start to find ways to convince you not to do it. So you hear that little voice saying, you could do it tomorrow, or why am I going on this treadmill anyway? My knee hurts, or maybe I hurt my knee, or maybe I should just go into sign up for the gym and then I'll get a personal trainer, and you put it off. But it's the same thing with the position you're in. You earn a good salary, you're living well, and that makes you comfortable. Now, this getting vacation, 2 weeks vacation, TGIF, is a vicious cycle. And the sooner you realize that doing this puts you on the opposite side of choosing your destiny or creating your future life, because you are a part of someone else's plan to get to their goal. So it is not your cause, not your place, not your business, not your stuff. You're just trading time for money. And see, the opposite of misery, stress, and anxiety, headache, and confusion is comfort. And what people who procrastinate or who only talk about it, like you do, what they are doing is they are trying to stay away from anxiety and the headaches and the confusion. They want to remain comfortable, keep everything quiet. But if you're obsessed with comfort, you'll end up with a bitter, like what could turn out to be a bad position for you, because nothing grows in comfort. You're either creating or you're degenerating. And if you are to create, you must be growing. So you have to be becoming better. You have to be leveling up. If you're not leveling up, there's no growth taking place. And sooner or later, you'll start to pay the price for you. I think it was Jim Rohn who said that everybody must suffer from 2 pains. The pain of regret, the pain of discipline. Under that, the pain of discipline weighs ounces, and the pain of regret weighs ton. So, we are in this kind of paradigm of the love for convenience. We can't save any money. We love to sleep, so we don't read. We love to follow people and do trivial tasks, so we don't work on what we have to work on. We hate to be tired, so we don't really make a concerted effort, and that makes us trapped. And the convenience of everything, convenience of the remote, the convenience of all these gadgets, and the convenience of the services that we signed up to, they are what I like to call the chewing gum of comfort zone keepers. So it's just what you're there, and you just consuming the convenience, and it is so superficial, because as you go on, things are slipping away from you without you even realize it. You must understand that only two things motivate people. And this is a nice little cycle. You're either motivated to avoid pain, or you're motivated to go towards pleasure. The only thing is that the thing that keeps you motivated to avoid pain can also be the thing that keeps you from pleasure. So if you're obese and you need to lose weight, and it's hurting your back and it's hurting your feet, and you becoming unhealthy and your organs are suffering, the pain, you are avoiding pain to do the exercises, but that comfort, that level of avoidance, it's just going to cause you more pain. If you are find a motivation to do it, it's pain, but it's pain that's leading to a certain level of pleasure and comfort. You must start to take charge of your own life. You must look into yourself and decide, sit with yourself, reflect, outline what you would like your future to be. What do I want my days to look like in 10 years? What would I be happy doing? Because so many times I see people who are out of their zone. They're doing a job that they don't like. They are in a career that they ended up with. Like, I'm from the Caribbean, and many of the people who migrate to the United States are in the healthcare profession, because their relatives were in there and they came and they say, well, that's the easiest thing to get into. You get good pay, it pay the bill. People go there and they settle. It is so far away from who they are, but they settle because they ended up with that, and it has given them a certain level of comfort, and they've built their lives on this thing so much that to deconstruct it would affect their social status. It would be painful, it would be hard, it would mean going on a road that's not easy. So they settle. Settling is one of the first markers of failure. The minute you say, I don't care who you are, what company you are, what level you are, the minute you settle for that, it is the minute you start to go backward. If you have an investment portfolio and you settle because it's giving you income, and you're not diversifying, and you're not learning other industry, you're not finding other ways to make it better or to add other streams to it, then sooner it becomes vulnerable, because nothing stands still in the universe. Everything is moving. And if you don't pick up on trends, if you're not moving, then things will move on you. I think it was Mariana Wilson was saying that you must have the discernment to move on life when you have outgrown a situation. Otherwise, life will move on you. You can think of a Yahoo that got $19 billion as an offer to sell, and they didn't take it. They had to end up selling for $5 billion. You have many other companies that were big that sit on their laurels and got too fluffy and lost their share of the market. It went belly up on them. My friends, you must understand life. I was in a class the other day and I was telling that my student that I'm teaching this whole class on Shopify and e-commerce, and I told her that, look, I'm here for two things, and this two thing, everything else we can outsource, we can find guys on Fiverr to do it, we can find a way to make it work, but I'm teaching you two real fundamental principles. If you take nothing else away, take away these two things. If you're going to succeed, you got to understand your business, and you got to understand business. So you got to become a business person, and you got to understand the business you are in. Most of life is perspective, and I've always said it. I'll tell you this quick story too. There's a time when we were doing some mail work for this telecommunication company, and we went on the street in kind of a housing development, and there's this guy that was in there, and we were talking to him, and he said he's living there for a very, very long time, and we were asking him for an avenue that we couldn't find, and he said there's no such avenue in this place. I've been here for a long time. It's a simple word, so it wouldn't be something that he would mispronounce or anything. He's been there for a long time, and no. We drove off, and like half a minute down the road, there's the avenue. One of the worst things is to not know what is happening around you. You must understand what is happening around you. I think I had this conversation with my brother-in-law too. He was saying that you must understand what is happening. You don't have to control it, but you must understand what is happening so you can relate to it. If you understand what is happening in your life, how things work, then you would start to appreciate that anything that is really and truly you, that you feel deep within, is worth pursuing, or nothing more is worth pursuing than that, your purpose. So start to do some reflections, write out your goals, and do just a little bit. Every evening, every day off, every time you get a chance, do just a little bit. Start to read on it, start to write stuff down, start to meet people, go on Facebook, YouTube, follow other people who are doing it, and you feed it. Unless you feed something that you want to grow, it will not grow. If you leave it, it will die, or it will continue to be malnourished, and it will continue to be dwarfed. You got to feed it. So get up, start feeding it slowly, and over time you will muster up the motivation to do more and to eventually get into it and make it your life. Because if it burns in your heart, then it is God's plan for you to manifest in the world. It is your purpose. Have a good day, guys. Always a pleasure. Hope you got some value today. Take care.